Hi, I'm Trainer Dan and I'm bringing to you today 25 tricep bar exercises. Well, that can be completed with a tricep bar. They work lots of other muscle groups, they're not just going to focus in on the triceps. Although some, even though there are other muscle groups, will emphasize the triceps a little bit more. Anyway, let's have a look at these before we go on. So we've got kind of the predictable ones early on, and as you move on, they get a little bit sort of, oh, I didn't know that. So here we go. Number one, we've got a close grip press, which just emphasizes in on the triceps. Now, with that hammer grip, it makes it easier on the joints, and it just changes the hit on the triceps slightly. So that's the first one. Second one, hammer curls. Absolutely fantastic exercise. Focuses in on the brachialis and the long head of the bicep. Very good exercise, and with that close grip in, you just keep them elbows nice and tight and nice and pinned in also. Next exercise, number three, is a close grip shoulder press. Now with that close grip, it is going to emphasize the triceps a little bit more, and it works into that medial side of that anterior deltoid a tiny little bit more, but all the same, it's a fantastic exercise. Number four is a standing overhead extension. So I'd usually get one foot in front of the other with that one, and you're up in the air and extending back. Very good exercise, keeping them elbows up, also gets a nice little core stretch as well through that range of movement. Number five, working in on the back and hitting in on the core just through the actual positioning that you are in. We've got a bent over row. Now again, the angle with this is really good. That hammer grip keeps them elbows nice and close. It makes it nice and easy to close that back space back. So you're really able to squeeze them shoulders back. Not that you can't with other ranges of movement, but I find that closer grip keeps them elbows pinned in. Really easy to manage exercise. Next one is a front squat. And again, you'd be surprised how just having that angle on the bar is different than having a front squat with a barbell. It makes it a little bit easier to put in, which means you can load a little bit more weight on and then give your legs an even better workout. It's also a little bit freer of a movement than you would function, let's say, with a goblet squat. So you can really concentrate. You can't get quite as far down because your elbows are a little bit wider than what they'd be with a goblet squat, but all the same, it is a really good squat to function with a tricep bar. Next, we have got a weighted lunge. And that's it, it's a weighted lunge. So similar sort of position to, as you can see there, similar sort of position to your front squat. You just bob that into position and then roll back. What I find with that exercise, and again, it's quite stable. So if you're looking to load up on weight while you're doing something like lunges and squats, it does create quite a bit of stability, which is different than dumbbells. So you've either got your dumbbells either side that you're holding them, or you've got a goblet sort of press that you're holding there, or a disc. I find the tricep bar really does create a little bit more stability, so you'll have to give that a go. Next one, we have got a curl and press. And so from there, you're just working the brachialis, that long head of the biceps, and then hitting it on the shoulder. So we're just combining the two together. Nice for a fitness workout. You can keep train medium to light, get them reps out and start working that through, and get that blood flow flowing around the body. Next, we're in on the abs wheel. Now, I find this a fantastic abs wheel. So you've got your basic version, which you can see there, which is on your knees and then pushing yourself out, nice stretch, and then pulling yourself in. It works fantastic, especially if you're going to put that together with a different exercise, a different abs exercise rather, and combining those two together is very good. Then, moving on to our next one, we've got extreme abs wheel, where you start sort of in a squat thrust position and then you squeeze all the way out and then you drag yourself back in. Now, this is an advanced exercise. This is very challenging, and I don't recommend it for anybody. It really hurts. No, do it, have a go. It's really good. So just make sure you get that big stretch out and make sure you can roll all the way back in. It does hurt. Enjoy that one. Let me know. Give me some feedback on comments if you do try that, if you're successful, and if you made it. I'd love to know. So next one, we have got a close grip push-up. Now, with the close grip push-up, what you will find is it's a great position with that kind of hammer grip. It makes those elbows stay in nice and close, but it adds A bit of instability, which is great. I like it because you feel it through your core. You've actually got to work hard with your core to make that push-up position in that full range. So you may find, if your core isn't that great, that you will sort of roll out of it straight away. So you need a little bit more core work before you go on there. Or if your arms aren't quite strong enough to maintain the position. But anyway, give that a go. And also give me some feedback on how well you think you did on that. Okay. Next one, what have we got? We've got a squat and press, or otherwise known as a thruster. Again, an amazing cardiovascular exercise, really good for adding, if you were putting like a little circuit in your home and trying to work around the body, this is a great pulse raiser. You don't need much weight, you can get the reps in, get that depth, squat down, press it up and give it everything that you've got. Moving into, we're on number 13, aren't we? Oh, we're back to traditionalism. Skull crushers. Now, very good exercise. You may want to watch with we're on a tricep bar, aren't we? With the tricep bar, as you come down, if you've been used to doing it with a straight bar, or if you've been used to doing it with an easy bar, it may hit you on your head sooner. So it really does become a skull crusher from there. So just make a note. I think I put a demonstration here of two positions. There's one that's short because it'll actually shorten your range of movement because of the bar. And the other one pushes the elbows right back so the bar actually comes back above the head rather than on top of the head. So have a play with that and let me know if you hit your head. Next one is stability mountain climbers. Now, same principle as with the push-up on the tricep bar. This creates a little bit of instability and just really heightens up that core sensation as you're going through that workout. So you keep yourself flat down, you stay nice and controlled with those mountain climbers. With stability mountain climbers, they must be performed slow. Slow. Otherwise, you're not going to feel those full effects in that core. If you're rushing it out, just go away, it's not good enough. Again, give me feedback, let me know, try it. Was it good? Was it bad? Did you fall over? I'd love to know. Number 15 is a shoulder press tricep extension. So we're putting things together now and it's really good. And again, this is more of a fitness-based workout, so you don't have to go too heavy. I think you'll see on there as well, I do step forwards with this. I find if I'm going to go from a shoulder press to an extension, for my own stability, I find it easier to step forwards onto that extension and then just step it back. So give that a go. And remember, as always, keep those movements nice and strict. So when you're up there and you're coming into that extension, keep those elbows pinned in and get a nice extension up. Number 16, we have got a prone bench hammer curl. Wow, that's really good. Isolates the brachialis a little bit more. Getting on your bench might be a bit of a struggle. It depends how long your arms are. Sometimes it's, you know, if you've got really long arms, you can pick it up off the floor. If not, you're going to have to carry it over, get yourself into position and then drop down and then push through. One thing I would make sure is keep your chest upright. Don't just be like folded over the bench like this. It's no good on the shoulders. You're not going to get a proper curl. Get your posture up, get that chest up, stay locked in, keep them elbows in and squeeze that up tight through those arms. Number 17, we've got a front raise. Now, it looks basic and it is basic because it's just a front raise, but it actually works really good. And where I would say this is more for if you're physique building, where it's going to emphasize more than anything is it's really going to cut in on this medial portion of that anterior deltoid. You will feel it really kick in there. A lot different than obviously doing it with the pronated position, with the hands pronated. So give that a go and see how you feel with that. And again, let me know if you've ever tried it, if you thought it was good. And number 18, we have got a seated overhead extension. Hitting on the triceps again, and I know you're going to probably say, well, you've done standing overhead extensions, why are you putting in a seated? Because it's different. It isolates the triceps a little bit more. You've got to really work on your posture to sort of maintain upright and pull that belly button in, really get those trans abs engaged. It does make it less of a functional exercise, but it also makes it less of a cheat exercise when you're getting tired and start bouncing up through the legs. You can't do that. So seated positions, they are kind of separate in their exercise because they've got a little bit more emphasis on the isolation, which sort of makes it a little bit of a different exercise. So moving on to the next one, we've got around the world, and it's a good exercise. I prefer doing around the worlds, mixing it with other shoulder exercises. So if I was doing, let's say, a shoulder circuit, I'd do a shoulder press, move into lat raises, and then do around the worlds, and then start again, just to make it absolutely horrible. But my point being, with the tricep bar, it's actually really good. It's a nice grip. It's a little bit similar to if you were doing it with a disc. You've got the weights on the end, which kind of changes the dynamic of it. And one thing I'm going to say for safety, if you do try this, is make sure your collars on that bar are solid. Because if you've got weight on and you're going around there like that, you may just have the weight slip off. So like, weld your collars on with the weight so it doesn't fall off. Or don't try it, so don't say I didn't warn you. The next one is number 20, and it is a 45 degree. I put it on as a standing press. You can hybrid it and say it's a chest press or a kind of a shoulder press, but it is that 45 degree, as you can see. Now with this, it will hit it in on the shoulders. Chest, nah, marginally. I have seen it labelled as a chest exercise before, and you don't really, because with that extension out, it does just hit in on the anterior delts. But what is it good for? Right, this is actually meant to be performed as quite an explosive exercise, and it is very, very good for sports such as boxing or any other sort of contact sport where striking is important, and it should be performed quite explosive, either 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s and 5s at a time, or just repping out for let's say seconds, minutes, etc. But it is quite effective. It's really good for getting the heart rate up again, or if you want to train heavy and do some short explosive work, it's good. If you're a boxer, you should do this. It is very good work. Right, number 21, we have got a curl, a press, and a tricep extension. Now, aren't you thinking you're just getting all fancy now? But it is good. And again, if you're working for sort of fitness-based goals, it's good to combine these things, because you can then build it up through an exercise circuit where you've got something that has got variety, or if it's just a quick workout that you want to just stick in there and hit a lot of muscle groups in one go, these complexes are really good to put together. So you've got your curl there, you've got your press, and if you have a look there, you'll see I do step forwards, I think, and I can't see myself there. I step forwards, I think, and then put that extension in as well. And yes, that is your curl, press, and tricep extension. Then you've got, you knew it was coming, didn't you? You've then got your curl, your squat, your press, and your tricep extension for the ultimate disgusting, give it everything you've got kind of experience. Now, it's up to you if you want to train heavy or light with that. If you are kind of crazy, then go for it. But just make sure your form is good. And again, it's always good to get a step forwards with that extension for stability. If you're just planted, sort of stood up and square, you can tend to lean back a little bit. It'll just give you a little bit more stability when you step forwards. Okay, so next one, number 23, is shoulder to shoulder. So you step in either side. I mean, you can see what's going on there. It's an amazing exercise, but this really does burn. It's amazing. The positioning that you get on the bar is just right for making a real horrible hit and burn continually. So get your weight right and get working out with that. You can train with this either heavy or light, and it's a very, very, very good exercise. Again, it's something I would probably put into a fitness circuit rather than just trying to lift brute weight. But it's a very effective exercise, so give that a go. Please let me know if you do this and give me some feedback. And next one, we have got standing twists. Now, I haven't gone crazy, as you can see there, but this is, and I'm not even kidding you, a fantastic core exercise. The position that puts in your arms, and it's so easy to hold as you twist around there. And if you can kind of keep that bend in the knees and squeeze it around, let the weight sort of create a little bit of momentum, you're not just going to feel it through in those intercostals, you're going to feel it through right the way through on that pelvic girdle as well, right the way through on that lower back, right the way through the transabs. It's just amazing exercise.
And number 25.
Which should have been earlier, but it's not, and that is your reverse lunge with a curl. Okay, and this again functions very, very well. So you put that reverse lunge in, it just naturally goes back into that curl, sets you up into position up at the top, so you've got all that weight just drop down in the heel and in the glutes, and then you can power back up again, and it's easy, you've straightened out. Great exercise, kind of hits it on the sort of brachialis, long end of the biceps, and also the glutes, but it's nice and easy and effective to work. Again, it's another exercise I would sort of base around sort of a fitness circuit rather than, you know, really trying to develop tone and contour. You know, not a focused hypertrophy type, tonic type workout. And there you go, 25 exercises that you can perform with a tricep bar. I'm Trainer Dan. If you like this video and you thought there was too many exercises on or not enough, or you want me to find some more, or you just want to give me some feedback or anything else, please give me some comments, and I'd love it if you just subscribe to my channel and give me some support. That'd be really good, as I'm releasing stuff non-stop all the time. Thank you, thanks. Bye. Trainer Dan. Bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye now.